Salvation, swastir bhavatu, salvation, shantir bhavatu, salvation, purnam bhavatu, salvation, mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani paschantu ma kachit kavak bhavet. Asato ma satkamaya, tamasho ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamadam Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May auspiciousness be unto all. May peace be unto all. May prosperity be unto all. May fullness be unto all. May all be free of injury. May all be free of illness. May all be free of suffering. May we always see the good in everyone. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from the fear of death to that abode of immortality. This is full, that is full. Even though this fullness is projected unto that fullness, all that remains is fullness. Om, peace, peace, peace. May the entire world be filled with peace and with joy.
هر در که زنم صاحب آن خانه تویی تو. هر جا که روم پرتو کاشانه تویی تو. در میکده و دیر که جانانه تویی تو. مقصود من از کعبه و بتخانه تویی تو. مقصود تویی، کعبه و بتخانه بهانه. In each turn, in each glimpse, there is only you, and all else is just an excuse for it.
It's been a great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to this. I'm Dr. Namazi Khan. My day job, I'm a dentist. And I only do root canal. But my real life, which my family is involved to, is I'm the founder of this place. And I'm the chairman of the board. And this place built to bring everybody together. And as of today, I am planning to change the name of the place to IMAN Center, a center for peace. I was a full-time professor and I was chair of the department for 7 years. We had a new dean, and one day the new dean invited me to a dinner. And at the dinner, we had some conflict when he became a dean. He told me that the problem that I see is your religion. Okay, I have two choices. One, to develop hate and hate everybody from his religion, or try to say, who the hell are you, and love everybody. And because of that, we have started Interfaith Festival of Unity, that it's happening every last Sunday of the month of Ramadan for 9 years here. That is totally different than this, because we have 2.5 hours dialogue and discussion between different religions. One of the people who was with us on those programs was Dr. Jahan Stanizai. And Jahan, also with Dr. Zaman Stanizai, were a part of our poetry and music night at IMAN. 2 years ago, Jahan introduced me to Leland and Steve, and they wanted to bring the Peace Sunday to IMAN, which, without any regret, I'm proud that I accepted it the first time. First of all, you couldn't say no to Jahan. I'm sure that Zaman knows that more than anyone else. Because it was not, can we, do we? Jahan said that we should do this. Is that right? Then it was a wonderful program. We enjoyed it very much. It was a very interesting program and brought a lot of people together. We heard the daughter, Mitra Rahbar. Mitra was the beautiful lady who was singing for us, and the mother, Mehdi Saf, is the poet. And
my mom is going to recite two poems in Farsi. I'm not going to translate the entire thing because I don't want to take too much time up. But one of them is a devotional prayer, and the other one also relates to dream, reaching the beloved. So it's in Farsi. For those who speak Farsi, please enjoy it.
سلام به همه هموطنان افغانی ایرانی. من چون خوب انگلیسی بلد نیستم، همین فارسی رو صحبت میکنم. 2 شعر دارم، اینا رو خلاصه کردم که به وقت اینا برسه. شعر اولی مناجات با خداست که البته من همش نمیخونم، یه تیکش میخونم. سراپا سوزم در آتش عشق جمال حق، خدا را عاشقم من نی هوا را، فنا را طالبم من نی بقا را. من اندر هر گل و گلزار، درون هر سرا و خانه و بر هر در و دیوار نقش روی او بینم. چو پروانه بسوزم من وصال یار میخواهم، عجب زیبا پرستم چون گل بیخار میخواهم. کجا میترسم از مردن، دل بیدار میخواهم، به ملک دل هزاران خانه از مهر و صفا دارم. نمیمیرم اگر خوشنام باشم، من بقا دارم. خدایا رنجها را میپذیرم، صبر بسیارم عطا فرمان. به من کردار بی گفتار بخشا و یا سکوتم ده. عیان کن رازهای عشق خود بر من، مرا همچون پرستو بال و پرده، تا بسوزانم سر و جان و تن و بال و پر و خاکسترم ریزد به پای تو. برد خاکسترم را باد صبا، همچون عبیر اندر مشام جان بسوزاند برویاند گل مهر و صفا را در همه دلها. دگر من کیستم، من چیستم، حل گشته در خلقت فنا و نیستی نابود گشتم. دود گشتم، آب گشتم، راهی این راه گشتم. قدرتم ده، قوتم ده، تا به پایان ره و رسم طریقت راه یابم. شور گردم، نور گردم، مؤمنی مأمور گردم، تا از این دنیای خاکی دور گردم. فانی اندر ذات تو چون نور گردم، نور گردم. شعر دوم یک رؤیاست. شعر طولانیه، باز من کوتاهش میکنم که حوصله شنیدن داشته باشی. ای آسمان و ای زمین، ای اختران بر گنبد مینا نگین، ای لاله ها، ای واله ها، ای یاس و نسترن، ای ارغوان، ای عاشقان. خلوت شده دور و برم، در خاک خفته همسرم. دوشینه در رؤیای او، دیدم رخ زیبای او. بنشسته بر تخت روان، تخت روانی از زر ناب مرصع، در هوا در آسمان، با پایه هایی از بلور. هر پایه ای را یک ملک، بگرفته شاد و شادمان. بس بلبلان و طوطیان و قمریان، آوازخوان و پرزنان، در زیر آن تخت روان. هم عده‌ای مرغان عشق، در زیر پای هر ملک. بردند آن تخت روان، بر عرش اعلای فلک. باد صبا ساز وداع یار بود، هدهد همی بیدار بود. از هر طرف باران گل، بر روی او در کار بود. بنشست یارم بی صدا، آسوده حال و با صفا، میرفت او سوی خدا. گفتا به من ای یار من، غمگین مشو در کار من. ملک سلیمان میروم، با عشق و ایمان میروم. من با کمال راحتی، راهی سوی حق میشوم. ملحق به مطلق میشوم. نور علی روی سرم، مولای عشقش در برم. مولا به فردوس برین جایم دهد، از نو دگر پایم دهد. با پای خود من میروم، بر دار و ملک عاشقی. آنجا سیه رو نیستم، زیرا که بودم متقی. ناگه صدای مرغ حق، از خواب بیدارم نمود. محو جمال او بدم، یک باره هوشیارم نمود. لیکم بگویم در نهان، هر روز و هر شب هر زمان. دیدی چه آمد بر سرم، در خاک خفته بازم.
Poem. It was about relationship between man and God, and the second one about losing the one spouse. We lose our parents, our past is being buried. When we lose a spouse, our presence is being buried. And when we lose a child, our future is being buried. My wife and I lost a child too. Our daughter was 17 years old, and the only reason she passed away was medical malpractice. But the reason I mentioned that, a few weeks ago we had a gathering at IMAN Center, and the speaker asked my wife to come forward and say, how did we manage the loss of the child? You know, I've learned a lot of lessons from my wife. Most of what I had listened that I should talk at home. But This one was different. She said, a child will not be scared if the mother is around, because the child believes the mother will take care of him. If we develop the same relationship between us and our God, we never feel betrayed, never be scared, and we never lose our faith. It was exactly 12 hours after we lost our child. A lot of people were in my house. I was sitting in the first floor with friends, and all of a sudden my wife went upstairs. It took a long time, she didn't come back. I was worried. I went up there and I saw her sitting and was doing her prayers. And at that time I was embarrassed. She had somebody stronger than me. That's exactly what I want to tell Zaman Stanizai. You have the strongest person possible in the world who's holding you up and supporting you. This part of the program is being dedicated to Jahan Stanizai. The program is going to be moderated and coordinated by Dr.
Absolute, whose truth no utterance can contain, and whose glory no name can name, save the nothingness that is all. I thank the organizers, and I thank Dr. Namazkar for being so gracious with his time, with his efforts, and for bringing us all together here. Yesterday was International Peace Day, and it would have been our 40th anniversary. And I know that Jahan personally did not believe in astrology, but there are many signs that everything indicates that there was something in there. She was born on the darkest night, the 29th of the 9th month, and she passed away on the brightest night of the blue moon. That was the rarest event. And we married on the cusp of the equinox, the fall equinox, which is also considered the Meher or Mehrigan, which is the religion of peace. And as far as her anniversary goes, last Tuesday I had an appointment with her, and she turned the appointment to a reenactment. On the day of our wedding, I was supposed to get her a custom-made ruby ring that my goldsmith friend was going to work on at home, so he told me to pick it up directly. So maybe you can stop this for a little bit. I do get jealous of myself too. So when I went to pick up the ring, of all times on that day, a few hours before my wedding day, I had a flat tire. And it was in an older part of the town, so I got to work and got into a big mess. Well, last Tuesday when I was going to go to her graveside, because that was the closest Tuesday to our anniversary, I leave work, and within a quarter of a mile I had a flat tire. No kidding. So those of you who talk about Jahan's presence, it's there. It's not only in her being empowered and empowering, but sometimes to give you a signal. The reason I chose to talk from here is that when I saw earlier Mitra played the drum, Jahan's name was on the frame drum. and I'm standing here because her name is right here, close to me, and there's hardly a place where you look around and you don't find her name. So I'm dedicating this piece basically to kind of a reconnect with her through your presence. Spirituality is the endurance of the pain of separation until one achieves consciousness in the oneness of being. One cannot be one with the universal unconscious unless one is one with people. And that is possible only when one is in peace with oneself. That seems to encapsulate Jahan's mission in life, which can be stated as, love people for who they are, not for what you want them to become. On that mission, Jahan and I traveled many a trails. The last time I was beside her, or rather, she was beside me and I was beside myself. Not quite. So we recited poetry together in an event, not too coincidentally named The Sunset, on the occasion of Rumi's Eve of Spiritual Ascendance, or Shab-e Arus, on a sitting by the Pacific coast, not too far from here. Jahan recited Rumi in the original, and I echoed in translation. The theme suggested how our physicality holds us back from a spiritual flight like the one that Rumi had taken. And Jahan read the following. I apologize for my voice not being as beautiful as hers was. چون ز صورت برتر آمد آفتاب و اخترم، از معانی در معانی تا روم من خوشترم. در معانی گم شدستم همچنین شیرین تر است، سوی صورت باز نایم در دو عالم ننگرم. در معانی می گدازم تا شوم همرنگ او، زان که معنی همچو آب و من در او چون شکرم. کشتی تن را چو موجم تخته تخته بشکنم، خیشتن را بسکلم چون خیشتن را لنگرم. ور من از سختی دل در کار خود سستی کنم، زود از دریا برای شعله های آذرم. The sun and my stars have risen beyond the realm of form, and through them I have transcended to a higher state of meaning, from where I will not return to duality, as I am lost in the pleasant perplexities of thought. There I am immersed in the blissful hues of meaning, like a sugar cube dissolving in invisible being. I free myself from the anchoring weight of ego and rise a destructive wave to wreck the ship of body and form into pieces. The slightest notion of hesitance in this endeavor sparkles a raging fire that rises from the sea of passion. Some 2 years later, as Jahan has answered the call of the divine, inviting her back, in the Quranic parlance, this is referred to as the providential command of irja'i, come back unto me, the command of God. That providential command may be explained as follows. Beauty and meaning inextricably intertwined bring ancient mystical presence into the impulse of present consciousness. Reconnect cosmically to the universal soul. Your longing has never left the subconscious, in whose reciprocity you are the resonance. Appreciate experiences that bloom from the deeper dimensions of your being. Blend in the interfusion of a human mind that's bursting with fascination. Become a perceptual reality mesmerized by the power of active imagination, in pursuit of a higher intelligence, soar through the senses and the soul to the cosmic world, where your destiny shall knock on heaven's gate for a glimpse of the realization that divine providence is very much a living reality, yours in the now. During her transition, Jahan's thoughts played with my emotions, intending to etch a lasting image on my spiritual psyche that spelled itself in the following verse in Pashto. Sur salud spin kafan shud lahat bator zindan ke marhaba wai malake stakhwa rukta lwad asman ke. Chasta sterge me de khayal stergo ta sterge kigi de fara parang srishavi oh ke tsatsi lun greiwan ke. Your red scarf has turned into a white shroud in the dark depth of the grave, as the angels in heaven welcome back your joyous spirit. The glimmers of your eyes fill every image in my vision that bathe in the crimson hue of my longing tears that roll down my chest to console my heart. Meanwhile, she journeys on the wings of fire. When the light within chases the darkness out, when I ride the rays of sulfur, when I emanate, when I'm the wings breathing in the streak of light, I fly out of myself, through and into the infinity before me. When I leave my nothingness behind, only then I realize I had been you all the while of my ignorance. Throughout all the being of my not being, on those wings of fire I draw unto you, in the dispersion of your thoughts that I claimed mine. The thoughts my heart has been denying all along. Thoughts whose flight away from my nothingness exceeds the vision that remains behind in the cosmic dust speck that I was caught in the moment's glow and glory, knowing not, seeing you fly away to yourself. The remainder of this segment is devoted to Jahan, partly as two musical tributes, one by Dr. Ali Jihad Rasi, who could not be here because he had to go to an inauguration in Michigan. Another is by Yuval Ron, who is teaching in Northern California and could not be here. They are both good friends of the family and good friends of Jahan. And so you'll hear those pieces as the slides slide down the screen. That would be followed by a song that happens to be our favorite, and I think now it's only my favorite because it explains more the state of my being, rather the state of our being, in which sense I think I have been halved from my oneness. The last piece is a discourse with the divine. It's a prayer, actually 4 prayers from the Quran, in which God speaks in the human language, and therefore it's an internal dialogue where you are you and you are him or her or it or any pronoun that you feel comfortable with. So we'll proceed with the slides, which is journey of 40 years minus 1 month exactly. She wanted to make sure that happens.
جز خیالش فکر وصل ندارم سر میدهم ولیکن دست از تو بر ندارم سر میدهم ولیکن دست از تو بر ندارم بی تو گل و صحرای درد از خانه من خورشید من کجایی سرد از خانه من خورشید من کجایی سرد از خانه 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 سرد از خانه
The meaning of her name, Jahan, in Persian, signifies she was one who had embraced the world, encompassing all its people of diverse beliefs. She traveled far and distances to actively foster understanding between the various faiths and their followers. A towering figure dedicated to enhancing sincere acceptance and friendly relations between peoples of different faiths and beliefs. I deliberately chose not to use the word tolerance, since it comes from the root word to, signifying a load or burden that one has to carry, but condescendingly tolerating people of faiths other than one's own. The idea of tolerance to her, as far as I know, was taboo. She was genuinely and sincerely promoting acceptance and respect, not tolerance. To celebrate her life and to depict what she really stood for, I chose to call upon the musings of the great 13th century messenger of love that Dr. Ramaz referred to, the now world-renowned Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, simply called Rumi around the world. I have selected one poem ascribed to him in older manuscripts of his divan, containing tens of thousands of couplets, replete with stories covering morals, ethics, philosophy, etc., with lessons on leading one's life based on continuous self-improvement and developing and fostering faith in humanity, with a sincere exercise and manifestation of love for all creations of the divine God. I believe the poem I'm going to recite for you today accurately epitomizes the beliefs, character, commitment, services, and dedications to fostering sincere understanding between followers of different faiths, which the late Mrs. Jahan Stanizai worked hard to manifest during her sojourn on earth. To set the tone, I shall first recite part of the poem in Persian and then present you my own translation of the same, even though I'm aware that doing justice to the rhythm, meter, and lilt of Persian poetry is extremely difficult in translation. چه تدبیر ای مسلمانان که من خود را نمیدانم، نه ترسا و یهودم من، نه گبرم نه مسلمانم، نه شرقیم نه غربیم نه بریم نه بحریم، نه ارکان طبیعیم، نه از افلاک گردان، نه از خاکم، نه از آبم، نه از بادم، نه از آتش، نه از عرشم، نه از فرشم، نه از کونم، نه از کام، نه از هندم، نه از چینم، نه از بلغار و سقسینم، نه از ملک عراقیم، نه از خاک خراسان، نه از دنیا، نه از عقبی، نه از جنت، نه از دوزخ، نه از آدم، نه از حوا، نه از فردوس و رضوان. The title of this poem, Persian poetry doesn't have a title, but I have put this title, The Question, Who am I? Indeed, every one of us can ask, who are each of us? Whither thy wisdom, O Muslims? Lost have I my identity, neither Jew nor a Christian, neither Zoroastrian nor a Muslim, not an Easterner nor of Western source, neither from land nor of the ocean shore, not of evolutionary ranking store, nor of the whirling cosmos core, neither of dust nor of air, neither of water nor molded by fire, not from high sky nor the lowly grounds, neither of this world nor the universe beyond. I come forth not from India, neither China nor Bulgaria, not a Khorasanian nor of Transoxiana, neither am I of Mesopotamia. Neither this nor of the world here, neither from hell nor of the heaven thither, not a son of Adam nor born of Eve, nor am I from the Celestine heaven. My home is an abode without space, my trace without an address, free of body, free in spirit, for I am from the blessed spirit. From self I shed my duality, behold I to worlds in unity. I search unity, and I see unity. I know unity, and I chant unity. Primordial and of eternity am I, manifestly present and unseen am I, aware of who and yom and who am I, of nothing else, ever aware am I. The naming of this Sunday as Peace Sunday in honor of the late Jahan Stanizai, as a tribute to her relentless efforts in promoting peaceful understanding and unity among humankind, is well deserved. Peace lovers offer their thanks to the Lord for the gift of the presence of this heroine who lived amongst us, and may the Almighty God bless the soul of the late Mrs. Jahan Stanizai, our champion of interfaith unity for peace, and grant the Stanizai family and peace lovers tranquility in bearing the enormous loss due to her physical demise from among them and from among us. Amen. Happy
همه از خداییم به سوی خدا برویم.